County. So we're running an auction, say at a ballroom or something like that. This is something you would see up on our screen. But with the ability that the panelists have brought here, we can go into even further detail with that. We can go into looking at the Dropbox of it. We're going to pull up the actual CMA that Lewis is going to take a look at. So the market analysis, say, from a real estate agent. And this is where that value add that we're trying to get for you is so important. So Lewis is going to speak on it, and then we're going to have Greg kind of chime in if there's any construction stuff that he can see right off the hand. We're going to have talked about what the loan-to-value ratios are here that Fenimore and his team with First Equity can provide. And then also Nicole is going to talk about the title. And how many of here have purchased properties before? Like at the sheriff's office. Good. We got a lot of people here that are very knowledgeable. If you guys want to see the liens, it's basically why you're here. Is that what's going on? Yeah, I got that. All right. So without further ado, they will analyze that, and then of course Joe, with his experience, will walk you through anything that you really need to make sure that you know a lot about. So glad that we have so many experienced investors in here, and we'd love to hear your feedback on how this goes for you. So without any further ado, go ahead, Mike.
Everyone that RSVP'd for this, we sent the link to this Dropbox just before the event started. So if you have a smart device and want to look at it on your own device with you, you're able to, or you can look at it at home later, but it should have been emailed to you.
Yeah, and again, write down any questions you have, and let's talk afterwards about the properties as well. So this is, without further ado, Lewis, you can go ahead and talk through this.
Okay, guys, this is 583 Liberty Avenue in Jersey City. This property is located in the Heights section of Jersey City, which is a very hot part of town. I'm sure you guys, anyone that's local can agree with that. This is not the actual picture of the house. This is the Google Map picture. It's actually 2 homes over. So if you scroll down to the 3rd page.
Which one is it?
Scroll down to the 3rd page.
I'll show you.
583 Liberty?
Yeah. Scroll down to the 3rd page. All right, there you go. Yeah, right there. All right, so you'll see what the property actually looks like. What I was able to do is I pulled up an old MLS report, which is going to be as accurate as you can get to some of these things. Not on every one of these properties you're going to see one, but when you do, you're actually in luck. When I go to look for a property, if I find an old MLS, it's like hitting the jackpot. You really can see the inside sometimes. You guys can see how many bedrooms it has. If it ever had an oil tank, sometimes it says oil tank or oil heat, and you might not know about it. So this particular property is a 2-family. It has 1 bedroom on each floor. This listing is back from, I believe, 2012. If you scroll down a little bit, we'll check on that. At the bottom of the page. Yeah, this actually expired in 2012. So this listing is about 5 years old. So some of the information you can pull away from here might still be valid. So if in 2012 it says renovated, just this year, then you may not have to do that much work. So with this particular property, we were able to find 4 comps that were nearby sales. If you scroll down, all right, you'll see comps ranging between the price of $380. Oh, what's the lowest one right there? Sorry, $260. Then there's another one for $330,000, and then I believe there's a last one for $419. So you guys have a good range of what's going on in the neighborhood. If you guys are looking for resale value on renovated similar properties, you probably want to look at the higher end ones, because those are most likely the ones that have been cleaned up or in good shape. So this will give you a good gauge of where the properties are in that location. So when you're getting ready for the sale, you're going to want to come up with a formula that's going to make sense for you guys in order to make some money on that deal, either if you buy it to resell or if you buy it to hold as a rental. So this is, since this is a 2-family home that's a 1 bedroom each, how much repairs do you think it would need?
So as soon as I hear 2-family home, I think 2 kitchens and at least 2 bathrooms. With the kitchen itself, builder's grade materials, you're going to spend around $8,000 to $10,000, which includes cabinets, countertops, backsplash tile, and appliances each. So on the higher end, you're at $10,000. Right now we're at $20,000 because there's 2 kitchens. Now bathrooms, plumbers for bathrooms, they charge about $2,000. Electrician, $1,000 per bathroom. So before we even start the bathroom, we're $3,000 per bathroom. Okay. So I like to say bathrooms are about $8,000, all said and done with materials. So we're already at $36,000, okay, between the 2 kitchens and 2 bathrooms. Now, I don't know. Now we have to think about, are we going to upgrade the heating and cooling? You have to think, does it make sense based on the comps about these regarding these homes that are already renovated? Do these homes have heating and cooling? versus this one that might not. If it does not, and you want to upgrade, 8 to 10,000 for a heating and cooling system. Now think about it: 2 units, 8 to 10,000 per unit. Okay, so now we're around $16,000 to $20,000 if we upgrade the heating and cooling systems. Now painting, flooring and stuff like that, not a major cost. Usually goes by square footage. If you're installing true hardwood flooring, all said and done after it's refinished, you're about $5 to $6 a square foot for hardwood flooring. Tiling and stuff, a lot cheaper. Getting installed cheaper. You can buy tile at $1 a square foot, and it cleans it up and makes it look a lot nicer. So those are gives you guys some numbers. Based on exterior, main things to look at are the roof. Does it have layers? If it has 2 layers and it needs a new roof, now it's a complete tear off. That can cost, it's about $350 a square. A square is 100 square foot. Okay. Siding. Siding's about $300 a square for vinyl siding. A lot of investors that I've been working with, they're not replacing the siding. They're buying this paint, they paint over it, and it just looks like brand new siding. Saves you guys a lot of money, and it gives a nice fresh look. So those are some numbers for you.
What'd you say the roof was?
Roof's about, if you're replacing the roof, it goes by 100, it's about $300 a square.
8,000?
Could be, yes.
So
Kelly, you want whoever's talking to stand up?
No, if you guys feel like it, I mean, it's good, right now. It's good. I like it when you do, that'd be kind of good, yeah. But he's got some numbers here. Yeah, Jared should.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I have about 62,000 in rent. If you take, Louis, you just gave us numbers of 260 to 380, but he said it's on the higher side.
Let's say renovate this space and make it look good. I would probably say it's safe to say you could probably get 4 1/4.
Ladder.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's probably safe to say you could probably get 4 1/4 if you make this house look really good. The highest cup is 419, but you can see from the outside that it's really not even, it doesn't really have great curb appeal, and it's almost stuck to the house next door to you. So
what
if you
is
use
it
an as-is value as of right now, what you would pay for it?
Yeah.
Let's just say you get a, I don't want to, is that okay for me to say? Or what?
No, it's an opinion.
Let's just say you get a 575,000.
Is there an upset figure for all these?
Well, there's upsets in the banks road, but there isn't, like, we don't know a drop price. Yeah,
So we would lend, assuming we had you guys put down 20% on the acquisition price. So we just went off of 170. So if we did, and this is, I'm just going to talk generally about one of our products. This is not for everyone, but I'm going to assume 20% down on this. We'll be at 140 is what your down payment would be on a property like this with us. Then you have 62,000 and rental costs. We would give you, let's say 100% of the construction costs. So we're giving you 80 for acquisition, 100 for reno. So we're at 202. So that's the max loan amount that we would give you guys. The house has to appraise for 310. As long as that house appraises for 310 on the after repaired value, we would give you guys 202 or $202,000 on the property.
So was that 20% on acquisition?
20% on acquisition.
20% down on acquisition,
100% of the construction costs.
and 100% of the money you need to repair the home. You guys are clear with that?
What might be helpful, if you guys don't mind, just I'm going to give you guys just more general parameters on our hard money products, because a lot of this, I think, as we go through these numbers, is going to be pretty similar.
Yeah, we don't want to go through all this. Everyone, I just wanted this to be an example for you.
Yeah. So just I'll speak to First Equity Funding. Kind of our products. I mean, everything we do is geared towards investors that are looking to buy, fix up, and sell. Generally speaking, we will lend 80% of the acquisition price of the property. So as you guys are going through your numbers, you figure out what your acquisition number is. We're going to fund, generally speaking, again, some of this is, credit related. We want to look at as-is value versus the purchase price. So there's some things that'll change, the dynamics a little bit. But generally speaking, we'll fund 80% of the acquisition. And then with regards to the construction costs, we generally fund 100% of the construction money for the project. When you take those two numbers together, we generally don't like to lend more than 65% of what we think the after improved value is of the property. So part of our analysis, when we decide what we're going to lend, we're going to look at your scope of work, see exactly what you're doing. We're going to customize a draw schedule before closing, so that we're going to give you that 80% to fund at closing, and then afterwards, according to the draw schedule, you guys are going to do the work in stage one, and then we're going to come out and inspect, and we're going to fund that, and then we're going to continue on until you're fully drawn out on the out of the loan. But, so generally speaking, 80% of acquisition, 100% of construction, as long as the total amount out is under 65% of the after improved value.
Good deal.
Does that make sense?
Again, they're going to be available to talk after this, guys. Just want to kind of give you that little example of how this is going to work and how it can work for you as an investor. All right, let's move on to some liens
I have a
here.
question.
Can we hold off just until afterwards? Take a note.